going to a different team, the Seahawks.
Oh,
So they
Painful.
somehow won, but
painful.
it was not a clean game.
It was
By any stretch of
one
the
of the
imagination.
ugliest football games I think I've ever seen in my life.
I think there was 6 or 7 total turnovers. Let me see if I can find it. No, there's only 4. That seems way less than
I know that we had,
but I know there was 2 fumbles and an interception, but it was just not. It wasn't a good game.
fumbles
to watch.
lost. We lost to. I felt like
So
we had
there's
more
3
than that.
So there's
3
5 total fumbles.
3 fumbles altogether is what I see.
Well, total like for both teams.
I only
There's
see
5,
2 for
so
us,
6.
2 for us, and 1 for them, and then 1 pick for them is what it says on NFL Network. But I could be totally wrong.
But, anyways, not clean. I mean,
It was-
either
it
whatever
was-
the stats are, not a good.
It
game.
was ugly. Geno wasn't very good. 200 yards and a touchdown. Kenneth Walker, I'm starting to lose faith in him. Like I'm starting to get that everyone's always like, when he's healthy, he's good. He's been healthy. He's not been good. And Jigba was still good. I think Sam, you've hit the head right on it
He's
with
been
that.
really,
He's
really
been
good.
super solid. He's probably been our best wide. He's been definitely our best wide receiver this year. He's just been the most consistent. But yeah, I mean, it was just like Leonard Williams was fine. He had a interception. He returned
6, baby.
Yeah, for 92 yards.
That was awesome.
That was fun for him, especially being back in New York. We all are so 7-0 in MetLife Stadium all time. I did not know that.
Somehow.
And including the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Play good in New York.
But yeah, and so there's 2 things I took away from this game. Is one, we got really lucky down the stretch.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, all he had to do was get the ball close to the end zone. And the game
Anywhere
was
near.
over. It was over.
There's 2 things. So the one thing was obviously we got lucky. I think the last drive, 4th and 1, we got a penalty. 4th and 1, we got a penalty. The Jets just gave us the game. The refs gave us the game. They're like, yeah, we need the Seahawks to win. We want the Jets to still struggle. That's the headline. We want the Jets to struggle. Obviously, they took advantage of what they could get, and they
it worked.
scored a touchdown. The other big thing that I think I take away from this, which I think is underrated, Michael Dixon.
Oh, punter?
Massive back injury, I guess.
Oh, really?
And he could be. I don't know. He didn't punt. He was holding his back for a very, very long time.
That's not good. He's really good.
He's arguably the best punter in the league, if not one of. It doesn't have any news on him that I see, but he was holding his back.
He's marked as questionable right now.
Yeah, and he was holding his back, and he wouldn't go punt, or even go out there and hold. I don't even think he held the extra point.
Jeez.
I don't know what's wrong with him, but people need to realize that that's going to be a bigger deal because punting can be a massive weapon,
especially if your offense isn't driving.
If the
that makes
Seahawks-
a huge impact.
especially if you're Seahawks.
Yeah, it gives your defense a step up for sure.
But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I don't think the Jets. I mean, this to me reminds me of the early season Seahawks, where it was like,
are we good, Ian?
yeah, it's a great question because I look at it and I just kind of go, you still, again, everyone's like, oh, we're 4-0, we beat the Broncos, beat the Patriots, beat the Dolphins, railed by the Lions, smoked by the Giants, which was kind of a crazy one, railed by the 49ers, we beat the Atlanta Falcons, which was good, railed by the Bills, beat up by the Rams, beat the 49ers,
3 close games.
and now we're 3 in a row after the bye. So something has changed. Obviously, we talked about we changed all of our linebackers, blah, blah, blah. A lot of things have changed. Again, you have another huge game in Phoenix next week.
Yeah.
Historically, we are really good at splitting season series. We already did it with the 49ers. We might as well do it this week. Then it just gets hard because you have at Arizona, Green Bay to town, Minnesota in town, at Chicago in Thursday night, short week, in Chicago, and that is the day after Christmas. It's gonna be snowing. It's gonna be cold there. It's gonna be brutal, and I think again the Bears are not the best team, but the Bears can beat the Seahawks. Not easily, but I would comfortably be like the Seahawks could lose this game, and then the Rams at the Rams game. Again, your home games are not easy. Green Bay and Minnesota have both been very, very good. Then your away games, 2 divisions, and the Bears in December. Those are brutal games. Now, if you can win 3 out of them, you're probably in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, our division is so winnable. That's
100% it is.
We have that. Our shot to the playoffs is our division. It's not
the only way. There's no other way.
Yeah.
There's literally zero other way.
So
and
we'll see. But.
Yeah, and it will be interesting because with it all, like last week, the 49ers got smoked by the Bills on Sunday Night Football. It was pouring snow, but they got smoked. The Bills also look legit. Christian McCaffrey is probably out for the year, and
Jordan
Mason is what I said.
At least it sounds like a couple weeks. It didn't really. I didn't read it too far.
Did you see the video of McCaffrey?
I watched it.
He popped his leg, which I feel so bad because McCaffrey just seems like a class act,
good.
and he's so fun to watch.
Have you ever watched? I mean, obviously Instagram, but like, have you seen some of his training videos?
Yeah, he's insane.
Like the dude does not just go out there and play. Like he trains every day, every week. I mean, he's putting in the effort to be good. Yeah, and then just. Not freak injuries, but injuries that hold it back.
And so, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I think the 49ers are now officially out. I think that really...
Well, Brock Purdy's hurt too. So
yeah, they literally just need to just throw the white towel and get a better draft pick and tank and just be like, we need to get healthy next year. Yeah. I don't know who they lose. I don't know their contract situations at all, but that was brutal. Going through a division still. Arizona, gosh, I thought they had it. I was watching the score and I was like, oh, they're up like 20... I think they were up like 20 to or 22 or no, they were up 19 to 7 or 19 to 6. It was some score like that, and I was like, they got in the bag. They're going into the third quarter. Minnesota decided to show back up in the second half, put up 17 points. They snuck a win in there. That's big for the Hawks because obviously they have the win on them, and now going into this week is a big one because depending on points, if the Cardinals win, they can take over first. And then the Rams, they won over the Saints, keeping their pace with us. Obviously, that's a scary one because the Rams have the tiebreaker over us right now with the win. We still have to play them at the end of the year. So there's a lot of question marks with
too many
with the division. The division is just going to be
it's
really
not the best
close.
Division of football by any means, but
no,
it's so competitive.
I was going to say, it's
so competitive.
It's honestly... From top to bottom, it's the worst division. Like, and not saying record. I'm saying it as like the best team we have and the worst team we have. Man, maybe not the worst. They're
like similar,
but it's just like our best team. Like if you put our best team, so the Seahawks, they lose to the Bills, they lose to the Steelers, they lose to the Texans, they lose to the Chiefs, they lose to the Eagles, they lose to the Lions.
I don't know, they might beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are beatable.
I agree.
They just keep randomly winning.
But are you gonna really?
But the refs are gonna.
Are you gonna? So you are just. Be honest, and that's
I'm
fine.
not saying they couldn't.
If you're going to tell me right now, just like head to head, are they beating the Bills?
Well, no.
Okay.
No.
Are they beating the Steelers?
No.
Are they beating the Texans?
Probably not.
Okay. Beating the Chiefs.
Honestly, the Chiefs are the one team that I think they could beat. I don't see it with the Chiefs.
Crazy statement. They've already clinched a playoff berth.
I don't see it.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm telling you right now.
So many lucky calls.
Okay, that's fine. But keep luck on their side. That's what they got. Do they beat them?
Yeah, I think they could. Okay. Honestly, that is the one team.
So do you actually think, and I'm being honest, I'm just curious now, that they have a better chance of beating the Chiefs than the Texans? That's what you're saying, because you just said the other three teams.
Honestly, I feel like I might say that.
Okay. And that's fine. Stand by it. I don't think so. But like, would they beat the Eagles?
No, not right now.
The Lions?
Well, no.
The only team I see besides Houston, maybe, because Houston has had a couple mixed games, is the Falcons, and they've already beat them. I think they could beat the Falcons. Every other division leader, I don't see the Seahawks winning at all. Like, I don't even like the Ravens. I don't even know if they'd beat them. And so I look at the divisions, and I'm just like, the other divisions have a lot better teams. We are definitely the most competitive.
Well, I feel like all of our teams are so similar.
And I don't know how much that says, though. Like,
we're
really competitive.
Yeah.
Great, we all suck. Like, there's a good chance that we're gonna have a division winner with a losing record this year. Like, that's a total possibility.
Yeah.
But they won, and that's the thing, is the Seahawks have grinded out some wins. They've won the games that they have won. It's weird to think that we're 3-4 at home and 4-1 on the road.
That's really weird.
That is not Seahawks.
No, not
and I don't like it. Especially when our games are like the third most expensive football tickets in the league or something crazy.
Yeah, I've been to one regular season game, I think, in total. It was last year against the Eagles.
I think I've been to two.
That was super
Drew Lock.
I
think I've been to two. But yeah, so I agree with you. It is the most competitive division. It is the South might be the worst division with the Falcons, Buccaneers, Saints, and Panthers. They've been pretty bad.
Saints and Panthers are just tough. So.
Well, the Buccaneers and the Falcons are both 6-6, leading the division. So they might be the worst, but the Seahawks, the West is definitely
it's up there.
Yeah, it's definitely the second worst division. when you don't have a team near 10 wins yet. Like we're still 3 wins out. I guarantee. I almost promise you, whoever wins our division is going to be
9-8.
Yeah. I don't see the Seahawks winning out, and I don't think anyone. I think the Cardinals probably still have the easiest schedule going forward. But again, I don't think that they win out. I mean, obviously they get the Seahawks at home, which is big, and then they go to the Patriots. No, Patriots come to them.
The Patriots have gotten better.
So. Yeah, but I still think the Cardinals.
It's just more
it's a travel too, though.
Yeah.
But I agree. Then they go to Carolina. Bryce Young's been playing good, but it's Carolina.
Yeah.
Then they have at the Rams, and then this 49ers at home.
Yeah.
I think that's the easiest one you can get out of it. But again, do I see them winning 4 or 5 games out of it and ending 10-6?
I really don't think so.
Probably not. So it'll be weird. I think the Seahawks definitely now are in. They're definitely put themselves in the division title
somehow.
And it'll be crazy to see them make the division, and they'll have to play. Gosh, how does this work? So the Eagles and Lions get a bye, so they would play
the Vikings.
No, as of right now, I think they play Green Bay.
Ooh.
Green Bay is 9-3, Minnesota's 10-2, and then Washington's 8-5. So, and it's only 2 wild card teams, or is it 3? I can't remember how the NFL playoff.
I don't know why it's never.
I can click on this coolest feature here on NFL Network called the playoff picture. So right now the Seahawks are in 6th.
Yeah.
And it just shows me the teams. I don't care about the bubble. I want to know who we'd play. Oh, no, week 14. Current, we're 46% to make the playoffs. How are we only 46%? That seems really low. I don't know why. It doesn't actually show me like the bubble. I want to see like the actual how the bracket would look right now. But anyway, I think we would end up playing, because I think it would be the Lions, Eagles get a bye. Vikings would play. Where's
Bucks.
One of the there's 7 seeds that are all tied.
7 seed.
So they would play a 7 seed, and then maybe it is only the first seed gets a bye then. So the Lions get a bye. The Eagles would play the 7 seed. We'd play the Vikings, and then Green Bay would play Washington. Is I think how it would go. But anyway, I don't know. It changes every year, and it's hard to follow every sports and every playoff. We went over that with Sam and last week with trying to figure out the NBA. So it is tricky. The Seahawks, like we said, are putting themselves in a great position to make the playoffs. Rut-row. But yeah, I think they'll probably make the playoffs. But I think that the Cardinals game might be the biggest game going forward. So.
Yeah, that division is just tough.
Yeah, it's just like you said, it's competitive. It sucks, but it's competitive.
So,
yep.
And then the Rams, the last game, hopefully doesn't come down to that, but honestly,
it
probably will.
Pull up a Mariners history, baby. Come on, let's do it. Let's lose on a field goal.
Might as well.
And then it was.
Thanks for listening to the Kinda Athletic podcast. Please like and subscribe to all our social media platforms, and make sure to come back next week to hear more from the Kinda Athletic podcast.